that email.
When you learned about the email going to the FBI agents, you asked them to withdraw it. Who did you ask to have it withdrawn?
My entire office, and it was.
So it is unknown who sent that email?
Well, it came from my office. But when I learned it went to the FBI, we asked that it be withdrawn.
Where is the gap of my understanding? If it came from your office, you're telling me you didn't send it?
I didn't realize it went to the FBI. That email went out.
So-
and the purpose of that email was to make sure, just so you know, it was to make sure that these people.
Mr. Mrvan.
Thank you, Chairman. Thank you, Ranking Member, Attorney General. Thank you for joining us today. Our law enforcement officers, first responders, and local safety agencies are the backbone of our communities. In Northwest Indiana, I've worked hard to bring critical federal grant dollars home, funds that directly support the brave men and women who protect us every day. Unfortunately, funding for 2025 has been rescinded, weakening our public safety framework and making our neighborhoods less safe. I firsthand have a positive impact in securing dollars and investments for Gary, Indiana, East Chicago, Lake County, and Michigan City that were force multipliers that were technology such as license plate readers and the COPS grant. I'm asking you today, what can we do to ensure that those funds are going to continue to flow to my district? And in light of the HIDA, I'm in Northwest Indiana, Gary, Indiana. We are a HIDA district where we have the Chicago traffic. That's vitally important to my district. I just need commitments that that funding will continue to be going forward and that our agencies will have that support.
Congressman, thank you for bringing that up. I'm well aware of the HIDA. I believe that's in Maryville. Is that correct?
You are correct.
And yes, that funding will remain where it is. We do not intend on touching that funding. We want to protect HIDA.
Very good. So in light of the escalation with Iran, part of our cybersecurity and our infrastructure when it comes to our electric grid, our banking systems, that is a new threat. Does this budget reflect increasing our cybersecurity protections, and how is the Department of Justice going to protect our infrastructure when it comes to bad actors such as Iran coming directly at our infrastructure in a cyber attack?
Yeah, we have $50 million for cybersecurity, and also in the one big
with an M, 50 million.
50 million,
Okay.
yeah, but also in the one big beautiful bill, it is also addressed to give us more resources. And you know, it's not only
Can I
Iran,
ask-
as you well know, it's China as well. But
Right.
yes, I wholeheartedly agree with you.
In the
Congressman.
reconciliation, tomato, in the reconciliation bill, can you tell me what more resources are going to go towards cybersecurity? Because I was under the impression that was decreased.
Can I get you? I will get you those numbers.
Okay. Yes.
I want to do everything I can to help you protect cybersecurity, all of us in this country, not only again with Iran, but also with China and all of our foreign adversaries around the world.
Okay. And then just a question of curiosity that I have. Director Patel was here a couple of weeks ago, and we talked about the emails that went to the FBI agents, meaning, please tell us what you did at the end of the week. Give us 5 reasons why you did. At first, Director Patel said that that didn't exist. Then he specifically said, well, that came from the Department of Justice to the FBI agents, and his words, I told them not to fulfill that obligation. How do you manage that if you give a directive to your director of FBI and he chooses not to fulfill that? And where did that information go? So when someone from the FBI, an agent, fulfilled that obligation of giving you the information of what they were working on, where did that data go and how is it secured?
Yeah, and Congressman, I'd be happy to see who answered that, but I asked, when I learned about it, I asked that it be withdrawn, and it was, that email.
When you learned about the email going to the FBI agents, you asked them to withdraw it. Who did you ask to have it withdrawn?
My entire office, and it was.
So it is unknown who sent that email?
Well, it came from my office, but when I learned it went to the FBI, we asked that it be withdrawn.
Where is the gap of my understanding? If it came from your office, you're telling me you didn't send it?
I didn't realize it went to the FBI. That email went out.
So-
and the purpose of that email was to make sure, just so you know, it was to make sure that these people were sitting at their desk and working and alive, that there were people actually
Okay, and
responding.
I
It
agree.
could have been, I got up and got a cup of coffee.
Sure.
That
So
was
without
the
going into
purpose.
that, the people that did answer it, where did that data go?
I will find out. I will get you that information.
And I only ask as a national security issue as
Absolutely.
they are working on sensitive issues. And I thank you for joining us, and I yield back my time.
Thank you.
What just unfolded in this hearing was not a shouting match, not a theatrical clash, but something far more unsettling. It was a quiet moment of confusion, hesitation, and contradiction. When Representative Frank Mrvan pressed Attorney General Pam Bondi about an email sent from her office to FBI agents, an email demanding weekly explanations of their work, the exchange took an unexpected turn. Bondi acknowledged that the message came from her office, yet stated plainly, I didn't realize it went to the FBI. In that instant, the room shifted, because that statement wasn't just an admission of miscommunication. It was a revelation about how power moves inside the federal government and how easily accountability can slip through the cracks. At first glance, the hearing seemed routine. Discussions about federal grants, local public safety funding, cybersecurity threats from foreign adversaries, and the protection of infrastructure flowed in the familiar language of appropriations and assurances. Promises were made, numbers were cited, $50 million for cybersecurity, commitments to protect funding streams, reassurances that threats from Iran and China were being taken seriously. This was governance as usual, or so it seemed. But then came the pivot, a simple question, delivered calmly, without accusation. Where did the data go? Who received it? Who authorized it? When FBI agents responded to an email asking them to detail their weekly activities, information that could involve sensitive matters, what safeguards were in place? And most importantly, who was responsible? Pam Bondi's answers revealed something deeper than uncertainty. She said she asked for the email to be withdrawn once she learned it had gone to the FBI. She said she didn't know who specifically sent it, even though it originated from her office. She explained the purpose was merely to ensure people were sitting at their desk and working and alive, a phrase that landed with an odd weight in a room focused on national security and institutional trust. The implication was striking. An internal directive with real consequences was issued without clear ownership, without clear oversight, and without clear understanding of its reach. This is how systems fail, not always through malice, but through diffusion of responsibility. When authority is broad but accountability is narrow, decisions happen in shadows. Emails go out, data is collected, information moves upward, and when questions are asked, no single hand is firmly on the lever. Everyone is responsible, which means no one truly is. Representative Mrvan's concern was not hypothetical. He framed it as a national security issue because it is one. FBI agents do not work on abstract tasks. They handle matters that affect the safety and stability of the nation. Asking them to summarize their work, even casually, creates records. Those records go somewhere. They are stored, reviewed, and potentially accessed. In an era defined by cyber threats, foreign interference, and digital vulnerabilities, the handling of internal data is not a procedural detail. It is a line of defense. What made this moment resonate was not hostility, but its restraint. Mrvan did not raise his voice. Bondi did not deflect aggressively. Instead, the exchange exposed a quiet truth about modern governance. The machinery is vast, the chains of command are blurred, and even those at the top may not always know where decisions land. That should concern every citizen, regardless of party or ideology. This hearing also revealed the tension between reassurance and reality. We heard confident statements about protecting infrastructure, about standing guard against foreign actors, about maintaining funding for public safety. Yet moments later, we witnessed uncertainty over something as basic as an internal email and the fate of the information it generated. That contrast matters because leadership is not only about setting priorities, it's about control, clarity, and responsibility in execution. In documentaries, the most powerful scenes are rarely the loudest. They are the moments where a single sentence reframes everything that came before it. "I didn't realize it went to the FBI" is one of those sentences. It forces us to ask uncomfortable questions. How often do actions ripple outward without full awareness? How many decisions are made on autopilot? And how resilient can a system be if its own leaders are piecing together what happened in real time? This is not about one email or one official. It's about the structure itself. A government that asks for trust must demonstrate command of its own processes. Transparency cannot exist without traceability. Security cannot exist without discipline. And accountability cannot exist if responsibility dissolves the moment scrutiny arrives. As this hearing closed, there were no dramatic conclusions, no decisive resolutions. Only a promise to find out and get back with information. That, too, is revealing. Because democracy does not erode only through grand betrayals. It erodes through small gaps, through unanswered questions, unclear authority, and systems that move faster than the people charged with overseeing them. Moments like this matter. They remind us why oversight exists, why hearings are public, why representatives ask questions that seem mundane but carry enormous implications. In that quiet exchange between Frank Mrvan and Pam Bondi, we saw a snapshot of power under examination and the fragility that can appear when light is shined on it. The responsibility now does not rest only with those in the room. It rests with the public, with viewers who choose to pay attention. With citizens who understand that governance is not just about outcomes, but about process, integrity, and control. A system worthy of trust must be able to answer simple questions clearly. Where did it go? Who authorized it? Who is accountable? If you believe these moments should not pass unnoticed, if you believe transparency is not optional but essential, then stay engaged, stay informed, and support the work that brings these exchanges into the open. Subscribe to Liberty Report USA and stand with us as we continue to expose the truth, one hearing at a time.